class spread out throughout the sanctuary. So I just want to invite them. Either they can sit together as a class right here in the second row, or they can sit with their parents. So you have 2 moments to decide. So if you're way in the back, you need to come forward. No last row seating for the 6th grade. Come on, gentlemen, everybody, let's move it. So if you'd like to sit with your folks, guys, in the second row, 6th grade in the second row right here. Here we go, second row. Beautiful. I think there's plenty of room. Wonderful. We like you all close to us. Well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. What a joy to welcome our families, our guests, our family from Mount Bethel. It's so nice to have you back after so many months away. So welcome, Ruchim Habaim, to all our 6th grade families and their students, and to our Bat Mitzvah of tomorrow morning, to Hannah and her family, so special, and to Nicole Drazen, who is joining us on percussion. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. And John, who's accompanying us on piano, and of course, the cantor and I are so thrilled to have you here for Shabbat. And for all of us to realize our good fortune that for many of you, it may be your first time back into the sanctuary in quite some time. So please take a moment to realize we're healthy, we're well, we're safe. The same cannot be said for our Jewish community in the Ukraine right now, where hundreds of thousands of our Jewish brothers and sisters are seeking safety for their lives, and far too many synagogues once again have been destroyed. And so we must realize how fortunate we are. And that's why we come together on Shabbat, filled with joy, but tempered with the realization that the world is not a safe place right now. But we, through the messages of Shabbat, through the hope of our children, can make it a much safer and better place to be. Our 6th graders will be participating in our service in many different ways. They will be singing, they will be chanting, they will be introducing prayers. They will be helping our Bat Mitzvah as she leads us in our chanting as well. So I want to thank, though he is not here tonight, their teacher, Andrew Sherman. A very special thank you to Lynn Ann Cutler, our Director of Congregational Education, and of course to the Madrichim, who make it all worthwhile for them and show them that there are role models that they too can follow in their footsteps. To Ryan Sapov and Jared Weiss, we're thrilled to have you, and we know you're participating as well. So we'll look forward to it. Okay, Cantor, I think we're ready, right?
Yes, we are. So to begin our service, we begin with words of welcome. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim ve'achiyot gam yachad. How good it is for brothers and sisters.
Thus, in the introductory words of the Kiddush, we welcome forward Jared. Charlie, and Evan.
We recite this Kaddish at the end of the week to start Shabbat in a relaxing and sweet way. The Kaddish is important to us because it sanctifies the night of Shabbat.
This prayer reminds us every week of a passage from the Torah in the book of Genesis that tells us that Shabbat is a holy day.
We give thanks for the blessings of the end of the week. The original thank God is Friday.
You all get that? The original, thank God it's Friday.
TGIF.
That's why you shouldn't miss. We are on page 123 for the Kiddush. And I'm going to invite everyone to join together with us, page 123.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav le'atzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho v'yahavahu ratzon hinchilanu, zikaron le'maseh v'reishis, kihu yom tefillah le'mikra'ei kodesh, zecher l'tzion mitzrayim, kivanu b'matzah, v'yotanu k'dasha mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodecha v'achal ratzon inyananu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Reish HaShabbat. Amen. So we continue now in our service with Kabbalat Shabbat, Shiru Ladonai, which you can find in your Sidurim on page 131. They are either in front of you or underneath your rows. Shir it is such a blessing that we are all together, some masked, some unmasked. I can see faces, I can see mouths moving, which is super exciting. Whether or not I can see your lips, I would really, and Rabbi as well, would love for you to join along in song. There is nothing more powerful than the voice of a community as one praying together. And what a blessing it is that we can be here to do that this evening. So we're going to continue now with the words of Lecha Dodi as we bring in our Sabbath bride. So we will be reciting verses 1, 2, 5, and 9 of Lecha Dodi. On the 9th verse with Boi v'Shalom, we ask that you please rise and turn towards the door as we greet Shabbat, our Sabbath bride. And once we finish this verse, we turn back together as one community and continue in song. Lecha Dodi, page 138.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. 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 Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Ishmi'anu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad, Shemo echad, V'shemo tiferet v'nichila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha, ki mekor haveracha, v'rosh mikerem mesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshavas tefila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Verse 5. Yitorei, Yivarech Miori, Uri shir Hameli, Kevod Adonai alayich nigrat. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela.
On verse 9. Let's rise.
Boi v'Shalom, aten et balam, gam besimcha u'betzora, toch emunei am segula. Boi chala, boi chala. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha Dodi
please, we remain standing as we continue by turning in our prayer books to page 146 of Baruch Hu.
We now invite up Jake Fine.
Is Jake here?
Jake Feingold?
Oh,
Great. Invite up Jake Feingold to help lead in Baruch Hu.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared?
we remain standing as we now welcome forward in preparation for the Shema and Via Hafta, Jolie, Rebecca, and Kayla, and together with our Bat Mitzvah, Hannah. We're on page 152 for the Shema, and then immediately followed by 154, the Via Hafta.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated.
The Via Hafta is one of the few prayers tonight that comes directly out of the Torah.
In it, we remind ourselves to love God with everything we have.
Some Jewish practices like putting mezuzot on doorways and teaching children from the Torah come directly from the words of this prayer.
Take the instructions to heart that you should love your Adonai, your God. והיו תותפות בעיניך, ובטחתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים אלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות להם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Adonai Elohechem emet.
We're on page 157. And certainly this next prayer for all of us to read responsively is certainly an explanation and description of our world today. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth.
The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love.
From bondage in Egypt, we were delivered. At Sinai, we bound ourselves to your way.
Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces.
Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed.
Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. Page 158.
I think you have all noticed that the service ebbs and flows with an energy and a calmness that help us all to appreciate what the Shabbat is all about. It's about the calm of the rest, but it's also about the gratitude of the excitement and blessings of life. The next song and prayer, Hashkivenu, is one of those which calms us down and reminds us that we are to be in peace.
Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, Mehamidenu shomereinu, lechaim, Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, Mehamidenu shomereinu, lechaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shomecha, ushmo tzitenu uvoenu. Ufros aleinu sukat shomecha, ushmo tzitenu uvoenu. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, Mehamidenu shomereinu, lechaim. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom, aleinu ve'al kol ha'amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim.
So we come now in contemplation to this very personal part of our service, the Amidah, the standing prayer, the time in our service where we have one-on-one time with God to share the words of our hearts, to thank God for being a part of the legacy of our ancestors, for the strength that we carry, for all that is ours, much to give thanks for as we do on Shabbat. So together we rise as one community for the words, Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. On page 164, together we join together in the Amidah.
Adonai, sepatai tifta, ufiagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. El Gadol, Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Tomei Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei Hakol, Ve'zochei Chasei Avot ve'imahot, Yidulah mipnei bneihem, Ve'ma'an shemo ve'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshiach u'Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Eloheinu, atah Gibor Elam Adonai, Mechayei hakol Adonai Eloshia, Mashivanu Amorim Hadashem, Mechakei Chaim Be'etzet, Mechayei hakol Be'rachamim Nabim.
You may all be seated. We turn now to page 177. It's a pleasure to welcome forward Ryan Sapoff, and then for our prayer on page 179, Jared Weiss. Come together.
God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us, so filled with beauty, for the riches of earth, which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks.
Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot.
And on page 179.
Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praise are you, eternal one, who blesses our people with peace.
Baruch atah Adonai, hambarech et amo Yisrael. Har Shalom.
We're going to pause for just a few moments for our own private prayer and thoughts. It's a time on Shabbat when we hope that the written liturgy, the written words have inspired or moved, or at least given you ideas about what this day is to be about. But ultimately, it's a day of thanksgiving. It's not a time of petitioning God. It's not a time of asking God for favors. It's not a time for asking for extra strength, because God even deserves the day off. So on Shabbat, we just say thank you. And I'm sure that everyone here can find at least one thing this past week, no matter the challenges or the hardships, to just say thank you for. So please pause for a few moments.
continue with the prayer on page 171.
Yanaim Sacha Mekom Hanaim Elam Ve'anaim Sacha Kevod Hamae Olam Yanaim Sacha Mekom Hanaim Elam Ve'anaim Sacha Kevod Hamae Olam Darashti kirvata bechol libi keraticha utzeti likrati etzaticha Yanaim Sacha Mekom Hanam Melam Ve'anaim Sacha Kevod Hamae Olam Yanaim Sacha Mekom Hanam Melam Ve'anaim Sacha Kevod Hamae Olam.
Our thoughts always go to those who are on beds of illness, those who are known to us or unknown to us, and those who may need extra healing of body, mind, or spirit. So if there's someone you're thinking of or know, but I know for all of us, our thoughts go to all of those who are unknown, but who we know are suffering the pain of body, mind, and spirit as their lives are being so traumatically turned upside down. But we pause for a moment. If there is someone that you are thinking of, please feel free to share their name. Elna Rafana La, the prayer that Moses offered for his sister Miriam. Please, God, heal her.
So last week, together as a community, we learned a new prayer for healing, a new setting of this text. It says, El na rafana la, and then it says, El na rafana lanu. Please, God, heal her. Please, God, heal us. So we're going to learn it together.
El na rifana lanu.
Try it with me.
El na rifana lanu. Again. El na rifana lanu. El na rifana lanu. Restore strength of body.
Restore our strength of body.
Help clarify our minds. Refresh our tired spirits. Rejuvenate our light. Thank you for all these blessings.
Thank you for all these blessings.
Throughout our days and nights, we celebrate the journey,
We celebrate the journey,
this precious gift of life.
this precious gift of life. I just want to take a few moments to talk about the historic Shabbat that we are commemorating and celebrating. I want to thank the sixth graders, and I want to talk to you and your families to understand what this Shabbat and what your year and what this education we're trying to give you is all about. You may have noticed that there is a different emphasis in the way our children are learning this past year and will continue to learn. While we are exceedingly excited and prepping for what is a most momentous and wonderful life cycle event of Bar and Bat Mitzvah, we realize that that is literally only a comma in our children's Jewish lives. It is not a period. It is not an exclamation point. And therefore, education is never supposed to stop once Bar and Bat Mitzvah is attained. In fact, we're told that moment of transition is exactly when real education is to begin. And so our students are no longer learning, nor will they hear their teachers say, you must learn this for your Bar and Bat Mitzvah. It would be wonderful if you did learn it. But what we do say is that you learn this for your Jewish life. Every Jewish child and adult have expectations, the chanting of the Kiddush, how to light candles, to be called for the great honor of blessing the Torah, or to be called for the honor of blessing a Haftarah, the ability to join with a congregation in the V'ahavta, the Shema, the Baruch Hu, and the Avot, the Amidah. These are life skills, the same way we teach our children life skills in every other aspect of life. We never want them to enter a Jewish setting feeling awkward or as if they don't belong. Rather, it should always be a place of wonder, experience, and joy. And indeed, I hope that's what you're witnessing. Our sixth graders would rather be somewhere else tonight. I know that. Yes, they agree. There are many different things they could think of that could keep their time busy. And yet you, our families, have helped us to make this a priority and to help them understand that what they do here is a privilege, particularly for our young women and girls. The Bar and Bat Mitzvah ceremony, of which our students are transitioning out of sixth grade and into this very exciting period of preparation, is something that's been happening since the 14th century for boys. That's a long time ago, the 14th century. But girls, tonight marks the 100th year that girls have had the ability to come up on a bima and become a bat mitzvah. The very first bat mitzvah took place, what's today's date? March 18th, 1922. A young woman by the name of Judith Kaplan, who lived in New York City and whose father was a rabbi of 4 daughters, created the ceremony of bat mitzvah because he felt it had been too long, many centuries, that women were not given and young girls were not given the equal treatment of their brothers, their cousins, and their friends. And so he created what is the very first bat mitzvah. It didn't look at all what today's bat mitzvah looked like. Judith was not allowed to read from the Torah. She was not allowed to stand on the bima. While Rabbi Mordechai Kaplan was truthfully a real pioneer in his time, he didn't want to shake up too many people. And so he kept his daughter just standing on a step, reading from a Bible, and that was it. It evolved into what we see today. So for our young men and our young women who are transitioning tonight, I want you to understand that you need to thank a lot of people, not just your parents who bring you here, but to those who went centuries and decades before you and set the precedent and made it possible. Please don't ever take it for granted. We are so fortunate because as our young people, you are the future. And we are so hopeful for what you're going to do for our community and our world, because I think all the adults would agree with me that we haven't done such a great job. We've done a wonderful job in many ways, but the world should not be so broken and hurtful and filled with violence and hunger and pain. I hope our kids will do a whole lot better. And they have the ability because they have their tradition, their faith, and their families and their community behind them. So tonight was just about a service of our 6th graders participating. It really is the very first time that we are going to do a formal transition ceremony with them, because in just a few weeks, their 6th grade elementary school education will end here, and they will take a new place in Jewish tradition as they make their way towards adulthood and all new responsibilities. So I want to invite all our 6th graders forward. Please come join me. All right, everyone, look at your card. Hat Shalosh. Our God and God of our ancestors, as we stand on this bima, soon to complete our 6th grade year, we prepare to transition to the next stage of our Jewish growth, our B'nai Mitzvah year. Like our ancestor Abraham, may we have the courage to turn our challenges into blessings, even as we struggle to learn and prepare. May we have the strength to continue forward, even if we are not sure of our path. Like our ancestor Jacob, whose name became Yisrael, may we too overcome our hesitation and triumph. Like our ancestor Esther, may we be proud to stand up and be counted upon as a loyal Jew. Like our ancestor Solomon, may we help to build a strong and committed Jewish community. And like our ancestor Ruth, may we cherish our families and their traditions. Oh God, please bless our journey forward with good health, stamina, and joy as we approach the coming year. And I hope that whenever you have doubts about what you're doing and what we're asking of you, you'll pull out your very own prayer and blessing and gain strength from it. So this is for you to take home. And the cantor has prepared a very special blessing for you. So turn towards us.
May your eyes shine with the light of Torah, and your face be radiant as the brightness of the sky. May your lips speak words of wisdom, and may the world you live in be the world of your dreams. May you see your world created in your lifetime. May you see your vision come to be. May your hope touch every generation to come. These are the prayers we have for you. May your eyes shine with the light of Torah, and your face be radiant as the brightness of the sky. May your lips speak words of wisdom, and may the world you live in be the world of your dreams. May you be blessed with understanding, with wisdom and compassion in your heart. May your tongue be filled with song and your lips sing out for justice. These are the prayers we have for you. May your eyes shine with the light of Torah, and your face be radiant as the brightness of the sky. May your lips speak words of wisdom, and may the world you live in be the world of your dreams. May the world you live in be the world of your dreams.
Mazel tov, everyone.
Mazel tov,
You may
guys.
go back to your seats and remain standing. I'm going to invite everyone, please, to turn to page 586 for the Aleinu. If Hannah, Stephen, and Jordan would come forward to open the ark doors, I'd be very grateful as we all rise together. I'd ask that we please remain standing for as we do each and every Shabbat. We remember those who are no longer physically present with us, but who are very much alive in our hearts and our memories. On this Shabbat, we commemorate the Yortzites of Ellen Fisher, Arthur Goldbarg, and Joseph Ruderman. If there is anyone here commemorating a Yortzeit and you'd like to share their name, please feel free to do so. And we remember two who have been taken from our midst in most recent days, as we remember Arthur Meyer and Irma Fass. Always we remember those who have no one left to remember them, and those of the American Armed Forces and the Israel Defense Forces who have given their lives in defense of our nation and the land of Israel. We turn to page 598 for the Kaddish prayer. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalma divrach yerutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, v'agala v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitale v'yitalal shemei dekudusha berichu. Le'olam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, ta'amiran v'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shalom Rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. We pray that the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort all the bereaved among us, as we all say.
Amen.
And you may be seated. And we have just a few announcements before our concluding blessings. And it's always such a joy to be able to welcome forward our president of the congregation, but also a dad of one of our sixth graders, John Wishnia.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you, Cantor. It's always such an honor to share the Bima with you. And I'm so glad that all of you can join us today for services this evening, whether in person or virtually. It's also a special privilege to extend a mazel tov to the Shar family, whose daughter Hannah will become a Bat Mitzvah during tomorrow's Shabbat service. The Shar family has always given so much to this congregation. Many do, but the Shar family deserves that recognition. So it's a real honor and privilege to be able to be here to join you guys and give you mazel tov and say congratulations. I also want to highlight some of our upcoming events because we've got a lot going on this spring, a lot. First, our Israel committee is having a conversation with Rabbi Dr. Ariel Berger, Sunday, April 10th. The discussion will be lessons from Elie Wiesel on fighting hatred and anti-Semitism. You can attend this important program in person or via Zoom. Please see the website for more details and to register. The program is taking place with support from the grant we received from the Jewish Federation of Somerset, Hunterdon, and Warren counties. Thank you, J-Fed Shaw. In addition to the Israel Committee program, the next few weeks are very busy with lifelong learning, men's club and sisterhood programs. And that's in addition to Torah study, Tot Shabbat, and I hear Cantor Ben-Ray might just be starting up a junior and adult choir, and no, I will not be participating. You're welcome. Your Shabbat handout has information about our programs, but the best places always to learn more are from your weekly e-blast and on the Temple website. We look forward to seeing you all again next Shabbat, Friday, March 25th at 7 p.m. Shabbat Shalom.
I'll also share an announcement of mine. So my senior cantorial recital will be coming up this Wednesday at 10:30 at 1 West 4th Street in Manhattan. There will be a link being shared with the community if you'd like to join me. It's on Sephardic music in Reform congregations. So there'll be some Ladino, a lot of Hebrew, and some really beautiful musical settings. And it's the last big milestone before I become ordained as a cantor. So it will also be archived. So if you are not able to join, you can always join afterwards. So yes, please join me.
Very excited for this wonderful life cycle milestone in your life and that we get to share it. Well, once again, we thank you all for being a part of our congregation tonight. Oneg Shabbat is back in open. So we hope that you will join us. It is being served tonight in the atrium. We are trying all different places throughout the building to make things more intimate and more fun. If you notice that things had already been sampled, our sixth graders were very hungry before they started. Before our service began, but we've cleaned it up, straightened it up, and we'll try again. So come and join us. But to introduce and lead us in Motzi, it's a pleasure to welcome for Lucas and Zachary. Vishnu, come on forward and tell us about the Motzi and then eat some challah. Here we go. Come on.
Hamotzi is about thanking God for giving us wheat to make food like bread.
Bread has carbohydrates which have energy which we need to function.
Hamotzi lehem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lehem haaretz.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
And you are all free to come join us. Wish each other a Shabbat Shalom.